Okay, beta, welcome back.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Let's continue with our presentation. We had seen the calculation of courses from angle A and angle B. Now let's see these calculations in different scenarios. We had taken up an example of northern hemisphere and vessel going in the easterly direction. So let's now change the scenario. Let's go to the southern hemisphere. Let's take the ship on easterly, westerly direction, and let's see what all differences can come. So let me start the presentation. So this was the last one which we did, Peter. Vessel was moving from A to B, and we found out the angle A and angle B of the triangle. And from those angles, we found out our initial and final courses. So any doubt in this, Peter? Any doubt, any query?
No, sir.
Very good. So let's move on to the westerly course now. Right now the vessel is moving on a easterly course. What if the vessel moves on a westerly course? How does it change the scenario? And how does the 1, 2, 3 method applies there? Now let's take an example of the ship moving on a westerly course. The procedure is slightly different here. So in our initial example, we had considered a ship moving in the easterly direction in the northern hemisphere. Now let's consider a ship which is moving on a westerly course and see how does this process helps us to find out the initial and final courses. Let's make a rough diagram first. You can see the pole here at point P. Our initial position is at A. You can see point A here. And the final position is at Bravo. You can see the point B on the screen now. So let's make the PAB triangle. We have the blue color side, the Papa Alpha side. We have the second side, Papa Bravo side of our spherical triangle PAB. And you can now see the third side representing the great circle track between A and B. The arrow shows the direction of the track. Vessel is moving from A to B. So with the rough diagram now made, showing the starting position, the destination position, and the pole, let's now follow our stepwise procedure. Step 1 says we have to draw the rough diagram of the ship on the starting position as well as the final position. So you can see a rough diagram of the ship being made at A. Let's make the rough diagram of the ship at point B also. Now we are going to follow the 1, 2, 3 method. Step 1 is to identify and start from north. So as discussed earlier, the direction of the meridian going towards the North Pole gives us the northerly direction at any particular point. So at A, the direction of the meridian going towards the North Pole gives us the northerly direction. So let's mark it as N. And at point B, the direction of the meridian going towards the North Pole gives us the northerly direction here. Now the second step is, from this northerly direction we go clockwise and we go up to the ship's head. So at our position A, starting from the northerly direction, moving in the clockwise direction, I go up to my ship's head. So this light blue color arc and arrow shows us the initial course of the ship. Now, from the cosine formula, we are able to find out the internal angle of this triangle, that is this angle A. But for the course, for the initial course, the angle which we need to find is this complete outer angle. So how do we find this outer angle from here? The total
360
angle
minus A.
from north going clockwise and coming back to north is 360 degrees. Just as it is with straight lines, you start measuring the angle at any point on the straight line, going clockwise, coming back to that line, it gives you 360 degree angle. So this complete angle starting from N, going clockwise up to N is 360 degrees. The internal angle A is known to us. So our initial course in this case will be 360 minus angle A. So you can see it here. The initial course in this case is going to be 360 minus A. Let's come to the destination position now. We have identified the northerly direction. Let's go clockwise from the northerly direction and go up to the ship's head. So this light blue arc and arrow gives us the final course of the ship. Now again, looking at this diagram, what we know from the cosine formula is this internal angle B. What we now require for our final course is the angle represented by the light blue arc going up to the ship's head. So how do we find it? Now for this,
180 plus.
understand is that just like straight lines, when two great circles intersect on the surface of a sphere, the opposite angles are the same. So if this internal angle Bravo, which was found using the cosine formula, is known to us, we know that its opposite angle, that is this one, will also be of exactly same value. So this opposite angle is equal to angle B. And we also know that from the north direction to the south direction, that means up to here, meridian to meridian, this is a straight angle, that is 180 degrees angle. So this now tells us that our final course is going to be 180 plus angle B. So you can see here, the final course will be 180 degrees plus angle B. So you can see now how knowing the initial and final angles, angle A and angle B, helps us to calculate the initial and final courses. In this case, none of the angles was equal to the course. So we had to use the diagram and the 1, 2, 3 method to find out what is our initial and final course.
This is also clear, beta, up to here. Any doubt, query in your mind, please share.
No, sir.
Okay, very good. So let's proceed ahead now, see some more cases.
Now let's take an example of the ship moving on a westerly course. The procedure is slightly different here. So in our initial example, we had considered a ship moving in the easterly direction.
Just a minute, beta.
Now we have seen the courses being found in the northern hemisphere with a ship moving in the easterly direction in one case and moving in the westerly direction in the second case. Now let's try to see this and let's try to see how does the method work when the ship is in southern hemisphere. Uh, in the southern hemisphere, let's consider a westerly course and try to make it as complicated as possible. So let's first make a rough diagram of the PAB triangle and then the diagram of the ship at the initial and final positions. So in this case, we are in the southern hemisphere. So I take the south pole at point P here. Our starting position is at A and the destination position is at B. The meridian of A is drawn now. Papa Alpha PA, you can see the blue color line. The meridian of point B is also drawn. And let's now join point A and B with the great circle track. So in red color, you see the great circle track from A to B. The direction of the arrow shows the direction in which the ship will be proceeding. So we have to first make a rough diagram of the ship at our starting position A. We have it on the screen now, and we have to make the rough diagram at our destination position B. This is how the ship will be proceeding on the great circle track. Now we will first calculate angle A and angle B. That is these angles of the triangle BAB, angle A and angle B, using the cosine formula. And once these angles are known, we can use these angles to find out our initial and final courses. So let's now apply our 1, 2, 3 method and see how we can identify the course at each location. So first of all, we have to identify and start from north. The direction of the meridian going towards the North Pole gives us the northerly direction. So at point A, meridian going in this direction towards the North Pole gives us the northerly direction. I have marked it with the end point here representing true north. And if you come to the destination location, the direction of the meridian going towards the North Pole represents the true north. So true north represented by N at both the locations. Now we have to go clockwise from this direction north and we have to go up to the ship's head. So at our starting position A, starting from the north direction, going clockwise, going up to the ship's head, represented by light blue arc and arrow. So this arc and arrow shows the ship's initial course. Now, how to obtain this course from our angle A? You see, angle A is the internal angle of triangle PAB, this particular angle. We know from north direction to south direction up to here, this angle is 180 degrees. So the initial course is given by 180 up to here plus angle A. So initial course is given in this case as 180 plus A. That is the initial course calculation. Let's go to the destination position now. Again, we follow the 1, 2, 3 method. Starting from true north, going clockwise, going up to the ship's head, represented by the blue, light blue color arc as well as arrow. So what we know now is the internal angle B, that is this particular angle, but we want to know the angle represented by this arc.
So can you tell beta what will be the final course in this case?
360 minus B, sir.
Very good. That will be 360 minus B. Let's see how.
So how do we do that? If we know the internal angle B of the PAB triangle, I know opposite angles are equal. So this tells me that the outer angle B, this one being shown on the screen, will be equal to angle B of the PAB triangle. Now, once I know this angle B, the required angle for me would be 360 minus angle B. So 360 minus angle B gives me my required angle. The final course is thus given by 360 minus B. So we have done these calculations, the courses calculation in the northern hemisphere as well as in the southern hemisphere, with the ship moving in an easterly direction as well as in a westerly direction. Now, always remember that this method gives us the courses in the 3-figure notation or true notation. If by any chance you need to find the courses in quadrantal notation, the method will not straight away give it to you. You first calculate the courses in the 3-figure notation and then convert it into quadrantal notation. We are very familiar with the process of converting true to quadrantal or quadrantal to true. So that's hardly half a minute job for us. So first you calculate the courses using 3-figure notation using this 1, 2, 3 method. And once 3-figure notation courses are obtained, they can be converted to quadrantal if required by the paper setter. So this basically takes care of a basic great circle sailing problem. That is, given the latitude and longitude of our initial and final positions, how to find out the great circle distance between them, and how to find out the initial and final courses. We have only used cosine formula. That is the only formula which is used here. So the procedure is very simple. It is a simple application of the cosine formula.
Beta, any doubt in your mind?
No, sir.
Okay, very good. So now what we are going to do is I'm going to give you one question right now, In fact, that is there in the assignment. What I'll do is, beta, I will send you your first assignment now. Okay, before we go into the assignment, one more thing which I would like to emphasize here. When you do these calculation, it is very important that the PAB triangle which you are making, that should be correct. Now, what do I mean by correct? Now, when you see the two positions which are given, their latitude and longitudes are given to us. You should be able to find out in which direction the ship is proceeding. Like this particular PAB triangle which you see on the screen right now, our ship is moving in the southwesterly direction. So we are able to judge this by the latitude and longitude of the initial and final positions. So by mistake, if you are not able to draw this diagram correctly, instead of westerly, if you show a easterly course here and you apply the cosine formula, then in that case, the answers which you will be getting will be wrong. So it is important that the direction in which the ship is proceeding is judged from the initial and final positions. Normally latitude में कोई doubt नहीं होता है. Latitude makes it quite clear whether you are going towards north or south, but sometimes the doubt comes in the longitude, especially if you are crossing the international date line. So you should know very clearly what is the direction of the D long. Now, if you are unfamiliar about finding the direction of the D long, this was done during second mates as well as pre-C. But if you still feel that it needs a little brushing up, then I would recommend बेटा जो हमारी practical navigation की book है, उसमें जो हमारा I think second या third chapter है, it gives basic calculation of DLAT and D long. So just go to that chapter and have a look at the calculation of D long. Your doubts will be sorted out. If any doubt still remains, let me know and I'll clarify those doubts. So अगर आपको D long की direction निकालने में confusion होता है, तो एक बार बेटा उस chapter को देख लेना है आपने, and then you can come and do these numerical based on great circle sailing. So what I am going to do now is I will be sending you one assignment, and this is the first assignment. You have to do this assignment in the notebooks which you have dedicated for navigation. The answers are there, and once you have done these questions, I will share the solutions also. I'm not going to share it right now, but by the time you have done it, I will be sharing these solutions. So ये जो पहली assignment मैं आपको भेज रहा हूँ, इसमें सिर्फ 5 odd questions are there.
सर ये डायग्राम को लेके एक क्वेश्चन पूछना था सर.
हाँ बोलो बेटा.
सर सेकंड मेट्स में हम एक क्वाड्रेंट बनाते थे और उसमें रफली हम 10, 20, 30 ऐसे करके हल्का सा मार्क करके और डॉट्स ए और बी के मार्क करके ऐसे हमें अप्रोक्सीमेट पोजीशंस पता चल जाती थी और फिर हम ड्रॉ कर लेते थे स्फेरिकल ट्रायंगल. तो वैसे कर सकते हैं सर?
हाँ बेटा
सेम
बिल्कुल.
क्वाड्रेंट बना के.
हाँ you are
अप्रोक्सीमेट लग जाएगा.
what you are telling is making a grid kind of thing, latitude and longitude, and then making the triangle.
Yes, sir. Yes, that's correct, sir.
Very much beta, very much. That will give you correct answers.
Because we can mark 10, 20, 30 like that, and we will get in both latitude and longitudes, and we can mark the positions.
Sure beta, that can be done. You don't need that much of accuracy. और जब आप ये कुछ एक क्वेश्चंस में करोगे तो धीरे धीरे आपको इसकी प्रैक्टिस हो जाएगी. You may have some confusion in first couple of questions, but as you proceed along, it will clarify in your mind. So yes, you can follow it.
Second mates में ऐसे किया था ना सर, इसलिए
sure
easy
beta,
है.
please do. Okay, go ahead, Harshvardhan, बोलो बेटा.
इससे ये जो डायग्राम हम लोग क्वेश्चन में मतलब सॉल्यूशन सब बना रहे होंगे. सो एग्जाम में मतलब वी नीड टू मेक अ फेयर डायग्राम, वो तो है, बट इज इट रिक्वायर्ड टू बी लाइक मतलब एक्चुअल होना चाहिए कि जैसा एंगल दिया है वैसे ही होना चाहिए? नीटली बना सकते हैं रफ, वो चलेगा सॉल्यूशन में?
नहीं, I didn't get you बेटा. What is the query?
इससे जो डायग्राम हम लोग बना रहे हैं पीएबी ट्रायंगल, जो सॉल्यूशन में बनाएंगे, that has to be a neat diagram only, yeah? That will do in the solution, no?
Yes बेटा, if you can make it with pencil and if it is good to look at, that will do the job.
Yes, is nothing like required, no, कि angle आपका ऐसे ही होना चाहिए, ये ऐसा होना चाहिए.
No बेटा, no. You cannot measure these angles. So if the angle is 60 degree, there is no way you can make a triangle with 60-degree angle. Okay?
Yes, I'm just saying कि मतलब उसका कुछ ऐसा requirement तो नहीं है ना सर अलग से?
No requirement beta. It's basically a rough diagram for representation purpose. Only thing is, if you are going in the easterly direction, don't take your ship to west. बस उतना ध्यान रख लो, बाकी कैसे भी बना सकते हो बेटा.
हाँ सर.
ओके ओके, और बताओ बेटा, और क्या डाउट्स हैं? ओके, हाँ ठीक है बेटा, that's great. So I'll send you this assignment having 5 questions based on Great Circle Sailing. कुछ एक बेसिक क्वेश्चंस हैं और कुछ एक थोड़ा हायर लेवल के क्वेश्चंस हैं, बट इन ऑल दीज क्वेश्चंस द फॉर्मूला विच इज बीइंग यूज्ड इज द कोसाइन फार्मूला. अगर आपको इनको करने में टाइम लगेगा, डोंट बॉदर. ओके, वी हैव सफिशिएंट टाइम, वी कैन अटेंड दीज असाइनमेंट्स ड्यूरिंग क्लासरूम आवर्स आल्सो, सो देयर इज नो इशू एट ऑल. If you get time, complete the assignment. If you don't get time, perfectly well, you can complete it during the next session. Before every session, I'll be asking you if your assignments are completed or not. If not completed, you can take that time and complete it in the classroom hours too. There's no problem at all. So don't feel pressurized. Do it comfortably. Important thing is to understand the concept. And try to keep your presentation good as you would be doing it in the final exam, MMD exam. Try to keep your presentation that way only. Now, once you have attempted the questions, after some time, maybe tomorrow or day after, I will share the solutions. I have the solutions of the assignment with me. So I'll share the solutions also so that you can match your working. And in case the answer is not matching, you can find out where the mistake is. So these assignments, whatever I am sending you, they have to be done. All the questions need to be done in your notebook like a homework. As I told you, I am not taking any midterm exam for navigation, but I need you to do these assignments, and I may take a copy of your notebooks at a later time. Okay, so that has to be prepared and kept with you. Okay, beta?
Okay, sir.
Okay. So for now, beta, I am sending you the assignment. You can start the assignment right now. Remain logged in the session. Okay. So remain logged in, don't log off, and you are free till your next class starts off. So you have about half an hour before you can go for break. So I'll see you in the next lecture, beta.
Thank you.
Right. Beta, the assignment will come on WhatsApp group. So they will reach you. I'll be sending them now. Within 5 minutes, you will have them on the group.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, beta.
यार ये किए क्या किसी ने क्वेश्चन?
कर रहे हैं यार, कर रहा हूँ।
क्या हुआ भाई?
क्या बताना, ये मिड पॉइंट अलोंग ट्रैक कौन सा है? इसका कहाँ पे है? पोजीशन ऑफ मिड पॉइंट अलोंग ट्रैक।
मिड पॉइंट वाला शायद सर ने करवाया नहीं है अभी, देखता हूँ यार, चेक करना पड़ेगा।
भाई लास्ट से स्टार्ट कर लो, मैं लास्ट से कर रहा हूँ, 5th से।
भाई असाइनमेंट अभी पूरा करना है क्या?
नहीं नहीं, वो फेयर बुक्स में करना है बाद में, अगली बार पूछेंगे सर क्लास में।
ओके